Yes, guys, welcome back to Kosi 90 More. My name is Kosi. In this video, we're going to be looking at Arsenal versus Liverpool, the match preview. Before we go into this one, please remember to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and give me your opinions about who do you think is going to win this game. But for me, in this one, what actually matters, because I've been listening to the press conferences of both managers, and I've looked at the table, and for me, this one in this game is what's going to matter is who needs the points more. And it's Liverpool. I'm an Arsenal fan, and you know, when I'm on Kosi's Arsenal podcast, I'm gonna say Liverpool should win this one, or should lose. Should lose this one to Arsenal. But if you look at the importance, the relevance of this game to Liverpool, it is by far important than it is to Arsenal, because practically Liverpool are 6 points off the top four, and they can still get there. They believe they can still get there, but the only way they can get top four football is by winning games match day in, match day out. Arsenal on the other side, they'll be looking to win this game because they're around 6 points off Liverpool. So if they were actually 4 points away from Liverpool, so if they beat Liverpool in this game, they'll be 1 point clear of Liverpool. Let's just look at the tables, just to be very sure. So if you look at the table, Manchester City 71 points, and second is Manchester United. That shows you that the business between City and United is so far away from Liverpool and Arsenal, because Liverpool are seventh. They have 46 points. A very big, point difference between them and Manchester United, around 11 points. So I don't think Liverpool are going to be looking at finishing second. However, they could finish third and fourth, because if you look at their difference with Chelsea, it's just 5 points, isn't it? Just 5 points, the difference they have with Chelsea on the table, and then they have a difference of 10 points between them and Leicester City. So they still have Champions League football. They still have hopes to qualify for the Champions League, but they need to win game in, game out. On the other side, Arsenal, 42 points from 29 games played. They are 4 points away from Liverpool and 6 points off Tottenham Hotspur, who are in 6th position. So I think the big deal in this game is for Arsenal is we can't get there. We can't get top 6 football, because I don't think Arsenal is really looking at getting top 4. But if you look at West Ham, 49 points, and then Arsenal 42 points. There's a difference of 7 points there. A difference of 7 points. It's still alive. It's somehow still alive, and I believe Arsenal want to get there, but it's going to be much of how consistent can you be. And for me, this is the game that begins it all. So let us look at how both sides could line up and what I expect, briefly in this game, and then I'll give you my prediction, and then you'll tell me what you think about the game as well. So let's look at an Arsenal. I think Leno is going to be the goalkeeper. Gabriel Luiz Chambers had a very good game against West Ham, and all those people who have been on Kosi's Arsenal podcast, link is in the title. I've been talking about how Chambers could actually line up for Arsenal against Liverpool, because the fact is, I think I was amazed by him. He was good. He was brilliant in that game. He needs to be, playing football more for Arsenal. So Chambers comes in and Kian Tierney as the fullbacks. Granit Xhaka, Martin Odegaard, and Thomas Partey. That is the usual army for Arsenal in the midfield. Lacazette, Pepe, and Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang could start up at the front line. Basing on the fact that Willian is available, but Saka and Emile Smith-Rowe might not be available, and they are regular starters. So I think Aubameyang will actually occupy the left, Lacazette occupies the middle, and then Pepe occupies the right wing. For Liverpool, I think it's going to be quite business as usual. Alisson, Kabak, Matip, Robertson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Henderson, Thiago, Gigi Wijnaldum, Salah, Jota, and Mane will be leading the line. I think he'll play a 4-3-3. I don't know, but basically, for me, what I think in this game, and I'll start with Liverpool, what they should come expecting, or what they should actually aim at in this game, provided they want to win it, because I think that's going to be their focus. If they want to get top four, they need to start winning games right away. They need to break their bad form. It's going to look so awkward for Champions League finalists in the last 3 seasons, and then Premier League champions last season, and then they don't qualify for Champions League. It's going to look so awkward. And I think they have the quality, and I think they have everything it takes to qualify again. They just need to focus. So for me, in this game, what I think it's about Liverpool exploiting Arsenal, exploiting the weaknesses of Arsenal. And what are those? Look, Arsenal can be a very good team if they play organized football. So what you got to do is disorganize Arsenal, try to break them down. And we saw how West Ham actually did that. I think it was in the first 30 minutes of that game. What actually West Ham did is they went onto the pitch and disorganized Arsenal. Within the shortest time of period possible, Arsenal had conceded 3 goals, and Mikel Arteta had to take the other half of the game, actually the bigger half of the game, trying to reorganize the team and refocus on the tactics and get a point in that one, which actually brings out a very important point, that Arsenal can actually bounce back. It's crazy, but if you look at the number of times Arsenal have come back this season from losing positions, or from a point where you think they will not go through, they will not qualify, they will not get a point, they will not get a result in a game, and they have actually got a result. So you've got to be careful. So for me, for Liverpool, they need to be, first and foremost, they need to be comfortable on the ball. They need to hold possession. So I think their main man, their main man, for me, is going to be Thiago. Everything is going to run through Thiago, and they should make him the center of attraction. In this one, they just need to make him their center, Thiago, because they know the vulnerability of their defense as Liverpool. They're not going to stand. They're not going to be brilliant. They're not going to be very wide. They're not strong defensive wise. So what they have to do is give this ball to a person who can keep it, and for me, that's Thiago. I think Jordan Anderson can do that as well. I think Gigi Wijnaldum has the ability, but his quality of recent has not been the quality you expect out of him, and that's true. So I'm going with Thiago as the point of focus for Liverpool. Then that means Thiago receives, and then it becomes the supplier. So it's going to supply this ball to Salah, Jota, and Mane, on those occasions. And for me, what Liverpool need to do is hold this ball for as long as you can, so that Arsenal do not exploit your defensive weakness. Trent Alexander-Arnold is having a nightmare of a season. Robertson is having a nightmare of a season as well. Of course, not so bad of a season, but they don't have a centre-back partnership, and Alisson in goal is having the worst, the worst of his season. So what they need to do for me is, you've got to hold that ball. You've got to take possession. You've got to protect your defense by having possession all the time. And for me, they do that by having Thiago at the center of everything, because he's very good at passing, he's very good at receiving, he has a lot of very good awareness of what is around him. He is fantastic, he's phenomenal as a player. So if they're going to win, it's going to be Thiago trying to create the chances. I think Jota can finish off chances, Salah and Mane can also create and finish chances. So that shouldn't be a problem, because one of the problems they've had as Liverpool this season has been scoring goals. But I think we have seen it, that if you disorganize Arsenal, they can concede. It's what, 9 games, 10 games without Leno having a clean sheet, and I don't think they're gonna. I don't think we, because I support Arsenal, I don't think we are gonna have a clean sheet against Liverpool. I don't expect to have a clean sheet against Liverpool, and just with a lot of respect. But the other thing I think Liverpool should be doing, apart from controlling this area, because I think it's going to be key. Let me just get this. here. I think Liverpool need to control this area. It's going to be very, very vital for them. It's going to be very important. They've got to control that area. They've got to be, the masters of this area, because first and foremost, you need to protect this area from Arsenal. And the way you're gonna protect this, your back four, if I could just stretch it a little, they might want to play a high line, which I think is gonna be a little bit risky, but they have nothing to do. For me, it really shows that it really seems that they have very adventurous, fullbacks. So you're gonna find Trent Alexander-Arnold making these runs, and then Robertson making these runs. So what they can do in that occasion is simply holding the ball in this area, so that Arsenal do not exploit this this area here, around the back, around the defense. Okay. I think that's all for Liverpool. I think that's all for Liverpool. That's what they need to do. They'll be fine one day. They'll actually be very, very, very fine there. So how could what is Arsenal supposed to do in this game? Now, quality-wise, we are all aware that Liverpool are at the better side, and there's no question to that. And I'm an Arsenal fan, and if you match player per player, Thiago to Xhaka. Partey is better than Henderson there, but Odegaard and Jota, Wijnaldum, and so there's a whole lot of quality in that Liverpool side as compared to the Arsenal side, and it's going to be a lot of respect demanded there by Liverpool, and I think they deserve it. They deserve to get the respect they're gonna ask for. So what do Arsenal need to do? And for me, I think this is very, very key. You have Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson making these runs, because that's how Liverpool play under Klopp. So what you need to do is, move the ball in the opposite direction at the fastest speed possible. Try to catch the loopholes left by Liverpool in their defense. And then the other thing, I think, another important player, by the way, in this game, actually two of them are going to be Alexander Lacazette, who is going to put a lot of pressure on Joel Matip and Kabak, and I expect him to operate in this area. I think that is where Lacazette is going to operate, and it's going to be very, very key if Arsenal are going to win this game. You've got to put a lot of pressure on Liverpool, especially on their weak centre back partnership. Then the other player is going to be Martin Odegaard. Now, like I said, I think Liverpool are going to control this game. They might control the affairs in the game. I've seen them control affairs in the game, but they have not won it. So Odegaard is going to be key, and for me, it's going to be because Liverpool will want to control this area here. Yeah, I think this is going to be a Liverpool zone up to around here. And we could see Arsenal really, playing a system like, 9-1 or 8-1, having one player, and then the rest is kind of a bash. But if Liverpool are controlling this area, what you want from a player like Martin Odegaard is, no, that's not what I want. Let me just do this. Okay, here we go. So what you want from a player like Martin Odegaard and Thomas Partey is to throw this ball into this area, because Liverpool could be playing a high line. So you want these balls from Odegaard and Partey to drop into just behind the Liverpool high line. The Liverpool high line. Get those balls in the spaces. Try to make Pepe run. Try to make Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang run, and then he will try to cut inside. Pepe will try to cut inside as well. And then you could actually create a couple of opportunities and actually score against Liverpool. So that's what I think should going to happen in this game. Arsenal, I don't expect Arsenal to be on the front foot. I think Arsenal will be on the back foot. Liverpool will be on the front foot. But in the end, I expect it like 1-1 or 2-2, because it has always not disappointed in giving us the goals. So let me just do this a little. Okay, fine there. So I think it's going to be 2-2 or 1-1. I don't expect Arsenal to lose at the Emirates. I don't expect Liverpool to lose this one. My name is Kosi. Subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, and I'll come back in the next one.